We're live. I think we're live.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Everybody.
I'm so pumped, guys. We've got Jordan Mather on for an interview tonight, and I'm just super excited. Jordan has been someone that Alex and I have just admired from afar for a long time. We've been friends with for a while now, and kind of gone on this journey of, man, from Health Snaps when we first connected. Way back when I was actually looking through my Twitter messages maybe a few months ago, and I saw a message from you from Health Snaps like ages ago. I want to say like 2+ years ago.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't even know that was you back then. I just, was like, oh, this sounds cool. What an interesting concept.
Yeah, I was in a lot of people's inboxes. Just, you want to check out my app? Yeah.
you were networking, you were marketing, which was awesome, and now running kind of a full-on digital marketing agency, helping physical therapists in particular, working with other people. Got some big projects in the works. But why I want to bring you on, Jordan, is we get so many people with questions about Google. And guys, if you're watching this right now, if you're catching this live, go ahead and comment Team Live, hashtag Team Live. Catching this on the replay, comment hashtag Team Replay. Why we do that is not because we're selfish and we want comments, but when you comment, it actually pushes up into other people's feeds. And so someone who's out there right now who's struggling with Google will be able to see this that otherwise wouldn't if we don't comment. So if you guys get a chance, comment whether you're watching this live, just comment live if you're watching live, comment replay if you're watching replay. Jordan, super pumped to have you and talk about all things Google. For anyone who doesn't know you, who's not aware of you, you and your partner Max, your business partner Max,
Yep.
who couldn't make it on tonight. Shout out to Max. Max, if you're watching this, we miss you, brother. Fill us in a little bit about your story and how long have you guys had a digital marketing agency?
Yeah. Well, so I've been working in the physical therapy space since I was 19, exclusively with physical therapists. So it started with Health Snaps. Then I worked with Updoc Media for a while. And now we stepped out to start our own digital marketing agency just because during our building software days, we did digital marketing for the clinics that we're building software for. Then we realized that we're pretty good at it and we enjoy doing it a heck of a lot more than building and rebuilding and editing codes and apps. So we fell in love with marketing, and now we've been running the PT Misfit agency for like 6 months now, and it's going really, really well.
Guys, when Jordan says that they're doing pretty good, they actually get amazing results. They are some of the sharpest, brightest guys under 60 years old. Jordan, you're what, 56 now?
What was that?
55, 56 now? How old are you?
Oh yeah, 56, 57.
These guys are super sharp. They're just absolutely blowing things out of the water with what they're doing and how they're helping people. They are the people, along with just a couple other folks, that we refer people to when they say, hey guys, do you do marketing for people? Do you do marketing services for people? We tell them, no, we actually do online business growth now. But we highly recommend Jordan and Max of PT Misfits, and we send people their way because I'm not kidding. They're two of the best in the business, two of the best in the game, who finally come out to work for themselves, and couldn't be more excited to send people their way. So if you're curious, if you're like, dude, I need marketing stuff done for me, reach out to these guys. They're some of the best in the business. We'll talk about a little bit more about that during this. But Jordan, I want to bring you on because we got so many people who come with Google, right? I want to start out with you. How long have you been studying Google? And in particular, how long have you been working with people, helping them whether rank better on Google or be more efficient with Google?
I've been obsessed with Google for almost 4 years now, because it started out with Max. He was the Facebook genius, right? And I was like, well, I'm not going to compete with Max on Facebook. I'm going to go get really good at Google. So the first time I got all my Google certifications was a little over 3 years ago. So I've been helping, people with local SEO for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So Google is my favorite. I'm a total nerd on all things Google Analytics or Google My Business. I love that stuff. So yeah.
Dude. Well, and I think bringing up Google My Business is probably a really good place to start. I think there's still a lot of people out there who may not even be familiar with Google My Business. I mean, I hope for most people who have a business now, they've at least heard of it. One, I don't think people are probably maximizing it. And truthfully, I'm so happy to be interviewing you because it's not an area of strength for me. It's something that I understand on a intermediate level, but probably would never claim to be an expert when it comes to Google My Business. Do you mind just filling people in who are maybe like, I think I know what Google My Business is, but maybe really don't understand? How would you explain to someone just kind of on the street who's about to start a business?
Google My Business is basically Google's catalog of every business that people can access. So anytime someone types in physical therapy near me or physical therapy in city name, the directory that Google pulls from is Google My Business. So if you were to type, physical therapy near me, that top section of Google is reserved for Google My Business listings. It's called Google 3-Pack. It is very, very important and easy to utilize if you know how to, and very, very impactful. So if you don't have a Google My Business listing, you definitely need one. And if you're struggling with Facebook or Google Ads and you haven't done anything with Google My Business, you should do that first. Definitely. And I'm happy to dive into all that stuff.
Yeah. Dude, which I want to talk about kind of ranking in Google, how we get towards the top, if that still matters, which I think we can all kind of probably guess if it is or not. I apologize if I'm typing. I'm trying to tag the 15 people who said they wanted to be tagged during this. I'm trying to listen and tag at the same time.
Yeah, no worries.
Try to do a live stream and tag people at the same time. Just say, I feel you. Comment, I feel you, if you've ever had to do that. It's like, Jordan, I'm hearing you, I'm listening, but trying to tag and look. It's crazy. But so Google My Business, it's Google's directory of businesses who are listed pretty much on the internet, and especially using. I want to go from, most people are using Google for searches. It's obviously the biggest search platform on the world. What do you find? Let's say someone's been in practice, they have their Google My Business listing. What do you find are some of the most common errors over and over again? If not errors, kind of places where people go wrong with Google. Are there just one or two kind of key things that you could point people with saying, hey, if you're missing this, you should probably do this part, or a lot of people do this thing wrong. Are there a couple of keys you could give to people?
Yeah, before I say that, let me just kind of preface that with why this is so important. So Google My Business, the Google 3-Pack, those first 3 slots on Google search results pages, that accounts for half of all clicks when people are searching for physical therapy near me, physical therapy in hometown. So if you're not in that 3-Pack, it really, really hurts you. The odds of getting traffic from those, it hurts a lot. So if you get in them, it can be the difference between never needing to spend $1 on ads and getting just all organic traffic and phone calls, or having to spend a massive, massive marketing budget on those things. So the way to get into that Google Map Pack is with business citations. So your business being listed on multiple things, having regular and consistent 5-star reviews, and of course, proximity to where the person is searching. Can't do much with proximity. So the main areas we're working with are business citations and reviews, and as well as a couple on-page signals that you can do with your website. But so with that being said, the biggest errors that we always see is they're called NAP errors, name, address, and phone numbers. So I haven't come across any clinic owner that doesn't have at least 2 business listings. Okay, so they'll usually be Google or Facebook. But what most people don't understand is if your name, address, or phone number has anything that is not consistent, like you have a comma in one spot, or you have the full zip code compared to the half zip code, or you spell out your state versus the abbreviation, in the eyes of Google, those are 2 different listings and you get penalized. So although you might have a bunch of listings, they might actually not be working towards your Google rank, in which case you wasted money on that listing, and it's really not doing anything to drive actual business results for your page. So it's really, really important to always have your name, address, and phone number exactly consistent across all your different listings, across all your different pages. So what I recommend for most people in that case, go to your Google My Business listing, and whatever is there, make sure it is the same on your website and across your other listings. So that's the number one, easily the most common mistake, because people don't think about that. You think Google would be smart enough to figure that out by now.
Yeah.
Right.
Glad you bring that up because it would not have crossed my mind. I guess I would have just thought if there's like, yeah, I guess I didn't think about the how nuanced and detailed that is, but I guess it makes sense, right? If you're cross-checking and there's an error and we're relying on computer analysis, you can't, well, I mean, computers are super smart, but it's kind of hard to say like, hey, is this the exact one? And to not
Yeah.
be like, oh yeah, I think so. It's just kind of like, nope, doesn't equate.
And
If you're watching this right now, guys, and we've got quite a few people on here. Jennifer, so sorry if you can't hear. Kristen, what's going on? We've got David Bailiff is on here. If you, so I want you to know right now, or I want you to comment right now. I know or I don't know if you have your citations the same, if your name, address, and phone number is the same across every place that you're listed, which probably brings us to a good question, Jordan, real quick, which I don't want to interrupt before you go to your second point is, what does it mean to have a citation? And what does it mean to, and is it important to be on a certain amount of them? Are there just a few key ones you need to be on? Can you break that down for us?
that's a really, really good question. So a citation is just a listing like on Yelp, Angie's Lists, Yellow Pages. Those are all business listings, okay? And if you think of the Google Map Pack, for example, as a club, Google's the bouncer of that club. And all of the citations are people inside the club that tell the bouncer whether or not to let you in. So every single time someone searches physical therapy near me, Google takes a look at your business, turns around at all the other listing sites, the 34 main sites for the physical therapy niche, and asks, who knows this guy? Do we let him in the club? And so the more people you have, more listings that you have, the more likely you are to get into the Google Map Pack club and start getting your piece of that, 50% of all clicks in the search results pages, which is incredibly substantial. We've had some people go from the difference between 300 website visitors a month to 600 just by adding like 6 or 7 new listings to their listing pool. So it's really, really powerful.
What are some of the, so someone might be out there watching right now. I'm just trying to put my brain in this because we don't have a brick and mortar business, although we should probably be out there doing this for our own business as well. Okay, I know you mentioned Google. I know you mentioned Facebook. What are a few of the probably well-known ones besides those that people think to go list, and what are maybe 2 or 3 like off the wall ones that people would not even?
Totally. So some really common ones are Yelp, Angie's List, Yellow Pages, Facebook, Google. Those are really, unless they've worked with an SEO company before, it almost never goes beyond that. But if you are looking for, I got a really good list here. So some other ones that people don't think of are Merchant Circle, Manta, Better Business Bureau, Super Pages, Community Walk, Brown Book. And the thing is, it's when people start making their listings, here's how they decide where they want to go. They think, okay, I've never heard of this. No one's going to this website to look up physical therapy. But that's not the value of it. The value isn't of people searching on that particular search engine. The importance of it is that Google scans these websites. So it's not whether or not that website's getting a ton of traffic. It's the fact that Google pulls information from it. That's the important part. And that's why it's important to be on. There's 34 primary sites that Google says you should be on if you're a physical therapy clinic. And that is a business category for Google My Business.
Interesting. So that's so cool. I'd never even really thought of it that way. I actually really like your analogy of the bouncer and like the people in the club who let you in. I kind of pictured like old school, like a what do you call it? Gladiators fighting.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's my favorite analogy. There's another really good one where it's a Spice Girls analogy. It's if you want to be Google's lover, you got to get with her friends, and those 34 sites are Google's friends. That's how you get some Google love.
If you're watching this right now, how many citations, how many of these 34 sites, and I know if you're like me out there right now, you're watching going, I didn't even know there's 34. I probably never even go to more than like 4 of these. How many places do you think you're listed on right now that you have consciously gone and listed your business on? Just super curious. If you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, I'm going to go ahead and put in the comments probably 2. I bet Alex and I are on Facebook and Google, if I had to guess. If you are watching this live or on the replay, comment 0 to 34, however many places you feel like you are listed on right now on these sites across the internet, because it's something we haven't valued as our business. It's something that we should be, and we're probably going to be talking with Jordan and Max about how to improve our own.
You know what's crazy? Of all the people we've done this for, we've done it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Even people that have worked with huge SEO agencies that said, "Oh no, we had someone that took care of that. Don't worry about it." We run our report for them. The most anyone has ever had that we've worked with was 16 out of the 34. And that record was made today. It was 12 before today, but I had a meeting with one person. They hit 16.
So hardly over a third. So
Yeah.
Before this 12, hardly, not even half in this case. The highest hasn't even been half.
Well, I'd say the average is around 5 or 6 though.
Is there a reason why people don't know about this? Is it something that like?
Yeah. SEO scares people. SEO agencies scare the heck out of people because they make it sound like this huge technical messing with code, and they make it seem so much scarier than it is. And even worse, they charge a ton for it. So it's, to most clinic owners, they automatically assume that this is something that, you know, either can't afford or it's not worth the stress. But luckily, thanks to changes Google has made, particularly with Google Maps, it's easier now than ever to rank and be on the top of the page for Google, thanks to Google Maps. And the fact that most clinics don't know anything about this, the clinics that do take advantage of it have a huge advantage over those who don't, because they're probably spending a ton on ads where you're just soaking up all the free traffic and phone calls just by listing your business on a bunch of sites and collecting reviews.
So when someone, let's say, is trying to figure this out for themselves, if is there a place where they can go to figure out where they're listed citation wise? Like, is there where you can go? Is there okay?
Yeah, no, definitely. So what we do is we have this really expensive software we use, but it allows us to use these tools that basically prints off reports. We basically type in some business's information. It then goes and crawls the entire internet for every reference of that business. And it prints off an interactive report that tells you, where your business is listed, which listings have errors, and which opportunities would benefit you the most in terms of traffic. So it's really easy. We just, anyone that asks, we pretty much just send them the link and they just go through, answer the questions. They basically just fill in their Google My Business information. Then it just shoots out a report for them. So that's what we've used to help people.
Very cool. If you're watching this and Jordan asked me if we could talk about this because this is something that can help so many people. It's free. We don't get anything from it. It's just, we want to help people get listed better. If you're curious, if you want to have this free citation listing done for you, just comment me.
Yeah.
And Jordan's going to hit you with the link of how to just put in your information and it'll get a report to you for free. So just comment me if you want that for the citation listing. We'll come back to it in a minute too, to talk a little bit more about all the things that it does. But Jordan, I want to also ask while we're here right now, are there any other major things that keep people away from ranking on Google and I feel like getting to the first page is sort of this, like, I don't know, holy grail for a lot of people in their mind. One, is it still super important to be on the first page of Google? And then two, are there other things, let's say besides citations, that you're finding that are really affecting people from ranking on the first page?
Absolutely. So yes, being on the first page of Google is extremely important. Even if you get a ton of referrals, let's say, like, a lot of our agency, we won't even work with someone unless they do this first, because it's that important. Because even if you have Facebook ads that are crushing it, even if they filled out their contact information, before they actually come in to see you, they're going to Google you. Okay, they're going to see, okay, I just signed up for this person. Let's see where they live. Okay, great. Now I'm going to see where places are that are closer to me. So although they signed up that form, they might not come to you because they found somewhere closer. If they filled out that form and they Googled physical therapy near me, and you show up in both, or you show up on that front page, they're going to come to you, because that first page is a form of validation that they made a right decision, and everyone's doing it. So it's really, really important to be on there, even if you have a heavy focus on Facebook ads.
One other question I get a lot, and I'm super curious to pick your brain, is in today's world, now I'm kind of just curious in general, in today's world, you hear the importance of content and good content wins. And I guess I'm just curious, let's say someone's starting from scratch in a fairly decent sized city. I know this is always dependent, but let's just say on average, you're in a decent sized city. So Jordan's in Milwaukee, I'm in Pittsburgh, not huge cities, but not small cities.
Mhm.
Let's say someone's in a similar sized town. What are the odds of just through good content ranking on the first page of Google in today's world?
You got to be consistent, but I think the odds are pretty good. Google intentionally made it easier for small businesses to start outranking those big companies for a reason. So that's what the whole Google Map, why they increased its visual visibility. That's exactly why they did it, because they want the smaller businesses to be able to compete against these companies with massive SEO budgets. So it's actually easier now than ever. So in terms of content, that's one of the key things that I see people are missing. So it's not having citations, it's not being listed on enough places, the NAP errors, and then lastly, it's all the on-site things that you should be having, like keyword-heavy content. It's adding, the meta descriptions, all the kind of scary things that SEO companies scare you with. So those are really important, but not as important as having content that uses all your short and long form keywords consistently. So if you're not sure what those are, go to your Google My Business report. One of its reports is a keyword report saying these are the things that brought up your listing, and start writing content for those things. That's going to help you substantially.
Wait, so you can print up, okay, will you walk me through that again? There's click on Google My Business listing, Google My Business listing that will print out a report of the keywords that you should be using, or it recommends that you start using as keywords?
Yikes. I don't know who's messing with me. But yeah, exactly. So Google My Business, it doesn't have a report of keywords you should be using, although it's really easy to find those reports. You just have to do some research into physical therapy clinics, see what keywords they're using. There's a lot of tools for that. But your Google My Business listing, it has a really great insights and analytics package that comes with it. And one of those things is here are all the long form keywords and search queries that people are using that are bringing up your listing. So then you can start thinking, okay, I need to add these keywords to my business descriptions, and you write content about this search query that brought up my listing, and just start optimizing for the things that are already working for you.
Okay, so it's better to optimize what's already working for you than try to start somewhere from scratch, for example?
I'd say take advantage of the wins that you already have and start working on them. Otherwise, if you always are focusing on getting new ones, you're going to end up with a bunch of halfway done keywords. I think you should, do the most that you can with what you have, and then start moving onward.
Cool. I think that's really helpful, because I think a lot of people are I could see myself, I should say, trying to just dabble and not dive deep into what potentially is already gaining traction. So I think that's super helpful as a tip. Guys, if you're getting value from this, from Jordan, just comment value or comment helpful or value. Just let us know. Belissa, thanks for hopping on. Jennifer, I'm so sorry there's volume issues. I hope everyone can hear well. Belissa, you didn't miss, you missed some great stuff. If you are just jumping in, you're going to want to go back and watch the replay. Jordan dove in, I believe, to some details about getting your citations listed on Google. There are 34 different places that we should be, that most people were not even on 12 of them. And the other thing is, if you want your business to get a free report on all the listings that are citations that are out there, the 34 places, comment me right now. Just go ahead and comment me, and Jordan will send you the link to give you a free report. He's got this cool software that gives you a free report on all the citations out of the 34 that are out there, and gives you recommendations. So Michael says dove in. Michael, you're gonna want to watch this. You're gonna want to watch this.
Michael, what's up, man? I love Michael.
Ginger, thanks for hopping on. Ginger, you're gonna watch this too. What I'll do is I'll make a separate post after this too, guys, and let you know, so Jordan can easily let you guys get to this. Again, nothing that Alex and I get benefit from, other than the fact that we just know it's something we struggle with. Jordan and Max have a solution. We'd just love to help as much as we can to give you guys as many opportunities to blow things out of the water, because we just love this group. We love this group of people. And Jordan, I just want to say, dude, thank you so much for these tips.
Yeah.
I want to ask you just one or two more questions.
Yeah, I got a couple more tips that I know will be super helpful, but yeah.
Okay, then I got one more question. Number one is so I hear this a lot, and truthfully I don't know the answer to this question. I've read a little bit. It's been a while since I've looked into this. Do Google Ads, having Google Ads, does that play into your ranking or SEO? Now I know obviously, guys, if you do Google AdWords, the whole point is to get pushed above organic content. But does it affect your organic SEO at all?
Yes and no. So the first 2 slots are reserved for ads. You can also buy slots within the Google Map Pack that'll basically add ads to the bottom of the 3 that they already recommend. So in that way, it does impact your search rank. And let's say there's 4 ads on one search results page. The people that are at the bottom of that list would get pushed to the second page. So ads can throw you off, but ads aren't going to push you out of the Google Map Pack if you manage to get into it. So it can totally get around it. And I think, I think that answers your question.
Okay, so then I totally can't believe I was gonna forget this, but okay, tons of it's one of these. I got a question where I think it's one of these things where there's so much smoke, there's got to be fire, and so I got to know, how true is it? Everyone wants more 5-star Google reviews. One, is it still one of the most important things to push for from people that visit your business? And 2, how big of a difference can, say, doubling your Google reviews do for a business when it comes to getting organic traffic?
Yeah, it's huge. Okay, I think Google reviews are one of the most important things that you should be getting, especially when it comes to your Google rank and just how people perceive you. Facebook reviews obviously don't hurt, they don't help your Google rank, and they're also not the first place people go to check out reviews. So if you have a really heavy, intensive Facebook strategy they're pumping a ton of money into, have some Facebook reviews. But for the rest of us that are relying on organic traffic and people just finding our listing, you have to have Google reviews. One of the main components of whether or not you're in the Google Map Pack or where you're listed on Google is not only your citations, but also your Google reviews, how frequently and how consistently you get them. So let's say you got a tidal wave of them like 2 months ago. Google no longer cares. After 2 weeks, Google doesn't give you credit for your reviews, really. They take into account your overall score, but they don't help you. So if you have a steady stream of them, it definitely has a big impact on where you're going to be placed. And the difference, I mean, there's 2 different groups that we ran this stuff for. One, he wasn't ready for 5-star reviews. The other one was, because he just didn't have big enough of a patient list. So the person that didn't run the 5-star Google review system that we use, he was able to increase his traffic from about 500 visitors a month to 900 visitors a month just by doing the citations. And that's powerful. Depending on your conversion rate on your website, that might be enough. But the second person that we ran these reviews for, not only did we greatly increase how much website traffic he was getting, but he jumped from an average of about 50 to 60 organic phone calls a month to 90. So this person originally came to us to do his Facebook and Google ads. We said, hold on, we don't think you're quite ready. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this free traffic that you're already getting. So we implemented this system, and true enough, he actually didn't end up needing Facebook or Google ads because the increase in traffic and phone calls was enough he needed to get a couple of new patients they needed a month. So now, when he does come back to us to do Facebook and Google ads, it's not because he's in desperation, it's because he's ready to get to that next level by scaling his marketing efforts. Facebook and Google should rarely be used as I'm in trouble, I need traffic. There's so many different ways that you can get traffic that without paying for it. This is one of them.
If you guys like not paying for traffic, you're going to want to reach out to Jordan and Max, because these guys are wizards. I hope watching this, guys, this is why I want to bring Jordan on. And there are a couple other people who I just would trust sending people to, and Jordan and Max are just 2 of the very few, maybe 4 or 5 people that know this stuff inside and out. You guys know Alex and I love Facebook. We've used Facebook to grow our world. Google is something that we have just it's something we know, we're familiar with. I've run Google ads for businesses a lot, but honestly, the organic side of it is just its own world. Belisa says, Google website versus our own website. Lisa, I believe for your own website, if you're not sure, you can message Jordan. Highly recommend friending Jordan on Facebook. If you're not friends with Facebook, if you're not friends with Jordan and Max yet on Facebook, you need to send them a friend request. These guys are always posting about this stuff. They're an insane resource. I learn something every week by catching them. Jordan, wait, should we mention your Facebook group too before I forget?
Heck yeah.
Will you drop a tag? Will you tag your group in the comments?
Yeah.
Make sure we get it. And then while Jordan's doing that, will you tell us a little bit about your 5-star Google review system? This is something different that I think it's really fascinating. I've watched you use this for people and what you guys have done. It's been absolutely crazy to see the results that people get doing this sort of 5-star Google review system. You guys call it your reputation and
review and reputation
system. Will you just share with us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So essentially what we do is we help you get into what's called the Google Map Pack, which gets, half of all clicks and phone calls from Google listings. So basically what we do is that we take your Google My Business listing, we make sure you get listed on the 34 other top sites that Google looks for when it decides whether or not to let you into the top of Google. So in addition to managing all your listings, getting you out there, making sure you don't have errors like everybody does, we also use our review tidal wave system, we call it, to also collect you as many 5-star Google reviews from your past and current patients as we can. In addition to that, we do some work on your website where we add your Google My Business listing information on there because Google loves it. The more references you can have to your name, address, and phone number without being annoying is great. Google loves it. Then we also do this tactic called geotagging, which basically takes all the images from your website, and then we use this program to apply your name, address, and phone number to the metadata of those images. So your clients don't see it, but Google sees it and it loves it. So we do review and reputation management for people, and it does a really, really good job. It's basically designed to get people a really quick win because, not SEO companies wouldn't want you to know this, but once you set it up, you can get really, really fast results, and it doesn't take a whole lot of management. So we just like doing this for people because they're spending so much money on Facebook and Google ads, and honestly, they're not ready. This stuff is really easy. Anybody can do it. We're happy to teach you how to do it. In fact, we do in that group that I just shared. But our review and reputation management is basically designed to take it off your hands and get it done.
If you're watching this right now and you haven't joined the Marketing Strategies for Physical Therapists Facebook group, you guys have to jump in. I'm in there. I'm learning stuff from these guys every single week with what they're teaching. And Jordan, how much does it cost to do the review and reputation? Like, it's a steal.
Yeah, $197. You can go to an SEO company and they'll charge you $1,000 per month. We'll do it one-time fee. Just get it set up and done. Make sure you're getting the most out of all the free traffic and phone calls you can get.
Guys, if you think about how much time it would take you to do that on your own, seriously, please reach out to Jordan and Max. If you feel like you're stuck with Google, if you're not getting as many phone calls as you want, and not showing up in Google the way you want to. These guys are wizards. Jordan, I know I've taken up a lot of your evening, dude. I just want to say thanks so much for coming. If you learned something new from this, just comment new. Comment new if there's something that you learned that you didn't know before. What happens when you leave a comment is it's going to push this into more people's feeds and they're going to be able to see it. And so more people can learn this. And ultimately, you know that Alex and I's mission isn't to have as many comments as possible. It's to let people see the information that can really change business. And we really, really believe that the people in this group have the ability to truly affect change. And we need the small businesses to come up and rise and fight kind of corporate healthcare, which is what we're all about, is helping people get seen more, get more visible, to be able to live the lives that they want so they're not tied to corporate healthcare if they don't want to be. That's kind of our mission. Hopefully you're here and you agree with that. If not, that's totally cool too. That's just what we're about. Belisa learned something new. Daniel learned something new. I know so many people on the replay are going to learn a ton from this. Jordan, if anyone still is curious, has questions, and they're like, dude, I don't know what to do, how can they reach out to you or Max? I'm going to go ahead after this. I'm going to post an actual separate post saying for people, if they want to get on the free citation list, to just comment something so you can get that to them. But if someone's like, dude, I really just want to talk with Jordan, I got a couple questions, respectfully, these guys can't answer every single question ever. But if there's something that's like an emergent or just like Jordan, I've got a quick question. Where can they reach out to you? What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best way is just to reach out to me on Facebook. Just message me. I have a couple time slots available every single day just for helping people, whether for people that aren't paying me, just to help them. So I'm always more than happy to help with this stuff, especially this stuff, because anybody can do it, and the impact it can have can save you a ton of money, just because so many people come to us thinking they need Facebook and Google ads, and that's just what marketing agencies want you to think. There are really cheap and effective ways to drastically increase the number of inquiries that you're getting. So, and that's what we love to do. We just like helping people. So
these guys are the best, and I genuinely mean that. There are people who can attest. Alex and I only refer out digital marketing services to a few people, and Max and Jordan are two of those guys. Seriously, some of the best in the business. They're incredible at doing offer creation. They're incredible at running Google ads, Facebook ads, and obviously, as you guys learned, they're incredible at doing the organic side of Google as well. Guys, if you're watching this, you feel stuck, I hope that you learned something from this content. Maybe there's something you can go take away. Go look into some of the websites that Jordan mentioned. If you're not listed on those, figure out how to get listed on there. If you're stuck on that part, go join the Marketing Strategies for Physical Therapists Facebook group, where they teach this stuff every week. And lastly, if you want to get a free report of all the citations where you're listed, comment me, and Jordan's going to tag you with the link of how to put in your business information, and you will get a free report from Jordan and Max about that, and you'll be able to see kind of where you're missing, where you can get where you can reach out to get more listings to then rank higher.
Basically, gives you an interactive guide on exactly what you need to do to get more free traffic and free phone calls. It's really important, really helpful information. It's printed straight from Google.
It's amazing. And guys, honestly, I don't really recommend too many products. You don't ever hear Alex and I really like recommend products. If you feel overwhelmed by any of this, please, please, please go give Jordan and Max $197. Let them just take care of this part for you. I only say that because I just know myself, who's fairly tech savvy at this point, this would take me hours and hours and hours. And you guys, your time is more valuable than that. So if you're stuck on this part, get the free report, then please go talk to Jordan and Max about doing the $197 review and reputation system. Honestly, save yourself the headache of trying to figure it out yourself. Use someone who has expertise. If you can't,
also have an affiliate program that makes it pay for itself with one referral. So it's really easy. You can get it basically for free. So
okay. Well, Jordan's not even giving you options at this point. It's not even like making it hard. So just reach out to him. Again, we get nothing from this. We just love Jordan and Max, and we love what they do, and they're able to help so many people. So Jennifer says me, Ruth says me, Belisa says me. Awesome. Guys, hope you guys have an awesome night. Jordan, just want to say thank you. I'm going to make a separate post for anyone who didn't catch it, just so you can.
Thank you. It's been a ton of fun. I love talking this stuff. I love talking with you. So anytime that we can do it, either on live or just sidebarring ourselves, I'm always game.
Dude, can't wait. I think I'm going to try to put this on the podcast, or maybe we'll have to do another interview to get you on the podcast.
I'd love to.
Dude, thank you, Jordan. Thank you, guys. Hope you guys have a great night. Ruth says, she's got to listen to the replay, but definitely need to work with him. Ruth, you do. You need to reach out to Jordan. Seriously, all you need is probably 1-2 visits from patient to get this, and it can drive more phone calls, drive more people clicking on your website. Stuff's real. It's incredible. If I had a brick and mortar, it would not even be a question. I'd be going to Jordan. And even with our online business, I know who I'm going to, because I don't want to spend the 5 to 10 hours to figure this out myself when Jordan's already done all the hard work for that. So guys, have a great night. Jordan, have a great night, and we'll talk soon.
Likewise. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.